Welcome to the Wild Tribe Podcast. I'm your host, Marina Valmont.
And I'm a guy in South Beach looking for a burger to eat right now. I'm hungry.
Fernello.
Yeah.
And today our lovely guest is Banksy. How are you?
Hi, I'm excited to be on here with you.
Banksy, you got any money in that bank? I could use some.
Yeah, I got some.
Good.
So the story of how we met at XBiz Miami last year. Fernello was body painting me as a mermaid, and you came over. You were vlogging it.
That was awesome.
And I was like, who is this gorgeous creature?
I was. You were literally being painted into a mermaid, and I was thinking, this beautiful creature. I got it in VR and put it on my YouTube. I'm like, I think it's one of my most watched YouTube videos right now. Actually,
Really?
Yeah. I'm still new to the YouTube game, but I loved it, especially getting to know Fernello, right?
Oh, I like the way you say it. Say it one more
like the
time.
way you say
Fernello.
it. One more time.
Fernello. Dale.
That's ASMR for me. Cool.
you-
And how long you been in the interviewing broadcast game?
Ooh, to be honest, I don't know, maybe several years.
Interesting.
Several years. Wow.
Can you tell the audience a little bit about yourself?
Yeah.
All right.
Let's dive in, shall we?
Dive
All
deep.
right. Okay, we're going in deep then. So my name.
Balls deep.
Okay, so my name is Banksy, aka Lindsay Banks. I've been in the industry 10 plus years, and I've done a lot of different things, such as, my expertise is in live camming, and I've done things with different clients and projects, some passion projects, which have been really awesome. Things.
What do you do for PornHub? Because I always see you at their booth.
Yeah.
So with PornHub, they're more like a client of mine. We work based off of like different projects, maybe collaborate. Well, I was officially their first collaborator, like as a performer, as somebody in the industry. I think
Wait,
that
a
they work with.
performer? Wait, as a cam girl?
Yeah, definitely. We definitely do performing for sure, 100%. Not just for.
So you said they're a client of yours. What does that mean?
Marina's like, back to the PornHub, right? Yeah, so, for example, I've done different things. I'll maybe throw some of the different things I've done out there. So
Okay.
you can kind of see
Please.
like the different.
Yeah, start from
the
ground
scale
zero.
of different things.
The levels.
All right, so the first thing I ever collabed with them on, okay, we won't talk about that. But it was something dealing with PornHub records. And I really love music. So I think that's where that kind of played in. And I happened to be, attending a lot of shows and expos. So, you get to know the different people from different companies.
Yeah,
And
you see the same faces at each of the events.
it's so true. And from there, like we kind of hit off like just kind of talking about stuff like that. But then the first like actual event that I did was at Coachella. We did a festival, and I was able to choose a model to come with me and basically rep the brand. We were all swagged out. It was, oh my God, we have crazy stories about that. We've also done.
Share.
Okay, you know what? Okay,
Crazy Coachella stories.
I'll share one, like, I don't know if it's like crazy, but I was like, what the fuck? Like this lady, okay. So we were all PornHubbed out. We had these pink yoga PornHub leggings, sports bra.
Looking good.
Yeah, and there's a lady that, it was a Susie Riveter, like, she was dressed like the activist, right? The one with she's strong women, whatever, right?
Okay.
And she denied giving us a ride, like on the little pedicab, because she was like the little rider. And I guess it was because we were in PornHub, and I was like, what the fuck? And then the guy behind was like,
You were
"Wait,
discriminated
different."
against.
I was like, what? That's so
not
weird.
cool.
It wasn't. But then, was it the second day? I don't remember. So we were giving out a whole bunch of stuff. A lot of my stuff that I do is very guerrilla marketing, like plans, like literally from sometimes you gotta, especially even at shows and stuff, you gotta like change things up. You can't always, whatever you plan for, like just expect that something might go wrong, and you have to be ready to solve whatever the issue that comes up may be, or roll with the punches. Especially
true.
because we're very like discriminated against, and sometimes things happen that it's like, wait, what? Anyway,
People get angry with you just repping the brand.
yeah, it's so crazy for
Yes.
wearing apparel.
Well, it's like a black sheep thing, It's like,
Yeah.
you're doing the what?
I'm doing what you're watching. Anyway. And I've done like other music festivals with them. I've also done, well, with PornHub Records, there's 2 actual albums out.
What is PornHub Records?
So it's
I'm
a
not
record
familiar.
label. It's a record label that PornHub has, and they have soundtracks out. They're little EPs, actually. There's 2 of them. They're holiday albums, a Christmas one and a Valentine's Day one. Go stream them. I want to get a plaque. I'm like, I would love to see Pornhub get a plaque for that, because like it's cool to like have been a part of like, you know, kind of behind the scenes working on that.
I noticed Pornhub for a minute was working with a lot of hip hop artists.
Yeah.
producing
R&B.
content for
Yeah, the Valentine's album is and the Christmas album is influenced by that, by those genres. What else have I done? Oh, I was recently their official spotlight of the month for their apparel site, and I guess they did a little. It was really cute. They're like, let us know these reasons why, like, and your favorite outfits type thing. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I love fashion. So
how did you get involved in the industry?
I heard somebody say this in a panel earlier, because this is how I stumbled upon it on accident. It was on accident. I didn't know it was the
Like
adult
you were on
industry.
Craigslist?
Yep.
What?
It was
Wait,
Craigslist.
What?
No way.
It was, and I was so broke.
Craigslist. Wait, hold on. You're
Craigslist.
dating yourself now, because Craigslist is a dead app right now. But when was this?
Well, I've been in the industry 10 years, and this was a couple years before they banned that kind of stuff from being posted on
yes.
Craigslist. Remember, like
Craigslist
the
in
back
the
page
gigs.
stuff, right?
You know what's crazy?
Yeah.
A funny story. I had a friend who was still a virgin at 20 years old, and he was just desperate, and he was like, "Yo, I think I'm just gonna get me a girl off Craigslist."
Did he?
Yeah. He did.
Yeah, I've
worked
actually
out?
had friends that
no, it
could
didn't
consider
work
that.
out. He couldn't get it up. Like the girl came, and he was just
Oh,
nervous.
no. It's okay though. It's like when you have your first experience, and maybe it's not the best. Like it's not the only experience that you can.
And there
have,
was
so.
also Backpage back then too.
Backpage,
That was
yes.
filth. Bunch of filth.
But
I
no
never used
more.
that.
Thank you, Sesta Foster.
Now you dated yourself, because that one's older than Craigslist. So.
No, Backpage was back to back with Craigslist.
Oh what?
Yeah, it was like the competition
I was never
for
on it.
Sucias,
I guess Craigslist caught me with that ad, and that was it.
What
Like
was the
I was
ad?
done. It was like make $500 to $5,000 in a month or some shit, or in a week or some shit like that.
Right.
Little did I know. Little did I
Like,
know.
show me your tits.
So you messaged them.
I didn't know. Well,
And
it
what
was
did they want you to
It
do?
was through a studio first before I went direct with the company, and I ended up. They didn't reach out to me. I didn't know it was a studio. I didn't know anything about the industry. I was dating somebody at the time, so they downloaded the app that you needed to install the software, I suppose, right?
Mm-hmm.
And okay, we pressed the login, and I'm like, is this fake? Am I gonna get money? Like,
Right.
and I made the minimum payout, which was like $100. And then I got a check, and I'm like, what the fuck? Then I think I made like $1,000. Like I racked up a little bit for the
And
next
it was
paycheck.
for camming?
Yeah, and it happened. I got real money again, and I'm like, what the fuck? This shit is real. This shit is real.
Yeah, it's real.
And that's a lot of money to someone when they're
For-
first starting in the industry.
Yeah, I mean, I actually won Freshest Face of the Week for one of the. It was different back then, so there's different little bonuses and contests they would do for you to keep streaming. But I didn't know, and whatever happened, I didn't take it seriously, work ethic wise at first. I was just new,
Young.
so I had some good traffic, and so then I guess I'm like 2 years. I guess a little under 2 years in, and I was asked by Flirt for Free, who I was camming with at the time, to be a part of. There was some kind of contest, and I remember it was voting included. I don't know. The members had to vote, and they reached out to some of the girls that had the highest number of votes to become Fleshlight Cam Stars. And so there was a line. It's no longer around. I think they discontinued it, but there was only 5 of us, and I thought that I was like, wow, I didn't even know really that much about Fleshlight or anything. And I think it, in a sense, did, knowing now, I think a little bit more it's kind of prestigious among porn stars to be a Fleshlight girl.
Right.
And, people would ask me, and I'm like, oh, about connects to Fleshlight, this and that, kind of often. And I'm just like, this was throughout my career, even randomly.
Hey, how are fleshlights made? What do they take a mold of vagina or something?
So they do take a mold. The way that they did mine was digitally.
Digitally?
How?
Yeah. The girl that got the most amount of votes did go and get like the mold, like the plaster,
Ooh.
right? But the one that they did for me, they needed
A
photos
photo.
of all the angles of your vagina. All the I had to do them by myself, and it was so hard. It was so hard, like spreading my legs open
They
and
want to
like
capture the lips correctly.
yes, yeah, and so it would have been nice to have some help, but they did it, and yeah, then I had a short contract with them, and then I moved into what I was camming. I was a brand ambassador. I won like several awards with Flirt for Free and at other events and with Flirt for Free, I guess is where they. I don't remember where the first interview they asked me to do ever was. And then I started kind of hosting some red carpet events. I started hosting, I guess,
Do you like doing interviews?
some, yeah. Some.
She's
I'm
like,
like,
some.
oh.
What do you like about it, and what don't you like about it?
You know what? Actually, I'm going to change a little bit the answer because I love doing all of them because a lot of the times people are like, no, I've never been interviewed in VR or like they've never had a VR experience even sometimes. And I'm like, oh, this is cool to capture. Like, I love that. But I think what I like about, I guess, okay, because there's doing it in real time. Because when you're interviewing, it's like, I think, did we talk about this or I don't know. I know I've had this conversation with other people too, where it's like, you don't quite remember, like you black out kind of a little, like in the moment, like as you're kind of going, because you're living in that moment and interviewing.
It happens so fast. You do kind of black out and just live.
Yeah, you kind of, well, with me, I guess you have like, I have kind of like those standard questions, like, how are you feeling? You know, we're here. Have you ever been here?
So what was the worst interview you ever did?
The worst interview.
Yeah.
I can think of some that I've done.
I'm like the ones where they said no. I'm like,
Me, like, have you ever had like someone just like kinda
be a bum.
be a disrespectful person?
Oh,
a little bit,
I
you
will
know?
definitely be as nice as I can if somebody is like that. But like, let's say somebody walks in front of the camera. Like, I have to say something because I'm like,
Rude.
yes, and I say that because I'm like, what? And I keep it in my video too because I'm like, look at how some people are, and I'll put the timestamp and I'll be like, the rude guy is walking across the camera.
Disrespect.
So rude.
Don't be disrespecting, all right? So you've been in the game for about a decade. You've had your share of experiences. What is the next big thing for you in the industry that you haven't conquered yet?
You know, I think it's something that I feel like I'll never conquer because it's just always going to be ongoing. Like,
That's good.
And that's always capturing
Right.
the different things that happen throughout the industry, the people that help change the industry, hearing them speak, and sharing about that.
Yeah.
I think it's really crazy to live in this kind of era where we can relive those moments, kind of like when we're editing stuff and it's like, are people fucking?
Sometimes I hear strange noises from next door or the hallway.
Hey, we are at the hotel in Miami.
Everyone's collabing. I'm just thankful the room next door isn't collabing right now.
Yeah,
I'm a screamer.
They're collabing with NyQuil. It's just quiet out here.
But
A question for you.
yeah.
Banksy, your name is a famous artist. Are you a fan of art? And is
Yes.
that what inspired you?
I am a fan of art, and I've seen, everybody always asks if I've seen the documentary. I have, and I've seen it before, I was, let's say, dubbed Banksy. And I didn't get the nickname because of the artist. It was because I really wanted to dot my name with an I, and I was like, how can I, and my name's Lindsay Banks, and it's like, Banksy, and I was like, it needs to be an I, the I or a J. I can't use a J, and I'm like, Lindsay, like, but that doesn't, I don't know, it wasn't a nickname though.
You
and
weren't
I was like,
vibing with
Banks.
it.
No, yeah, and so it just eventually became Banksy because I wanted to use the
The eye.
art.
Yeah.
So whenever I sign your stuff, it's with a lot of my, here, I guess, are they watching? If you're listening, I tapped my heart.
Aww.
Yeah,
So
whatever.
what kind of content do you shoot?
No, you don't like it?
Let's
don't-
get to the spicier
said no.
questions right now. Okay.
The
all right.
spicier side of
Yeah,
things.
yeah, yeah. Marina, you got anything to ask her? Spicy wise?
What kind of content do you shoot? Like, what am I going to find on your OnlyFriends?
Yeah, let's
Ooh,
let's get to that.
I don't have an OnlyFans.
Oh, what?
I don't have an OnlyFans actually.
You have a fan site.
You have a site?
I have my live cam site, so where you can go see me and the stuff that you can see in private.
Yes.
The-
Pay-per-views.
The pay-per-views.
Oh
That's
my
good
God.
stuff.
Oh, you said the good stuff.
Come on now. We don't
Where's
care
that
about
at?
Oh my God. I'm like, you want to hear a crazy story of like one of my shows? I'm like, what the fuck? This guy loved it though. Like he loved this shit. Okay. Okay. For those guys that like ball busting, I don't know.
What?
Ball
know.
busting.
You were talking about balls earlier, remember? Ball
Wait,
busting.
The look of fear on your face.
I don't like that. This conversation seems like it's going to go in the haram.
Oh, but some people are going to
Wait.
love it.
I'm
Ball
into it.
busting.
This could lead into pegging.
Oh my God.
No.
Probably.
awful.
Oh my God. Don't even get me with the toilet brush guy. Oh my gosh.
what?
That's
What?
a different thing.
Okay.
No.
Ball busting first.
All right, let's talk
ball
about the ball
busting.
busting. All right.
So this guy, he took me private one time. Well,
Okay.
he actually was, he's seen me
When you say
multiple
taking
times.
private, meaning that they have a private screen, like they talk
So
to
it's
you?
only me and them.
Cam
So
show.
Okay.
before I'm in an open chat where there's multiple
Right.
people that can view me,
Okay.
and they select an option to just it be one-on-one or
Is that
boy or
more
whatever.
money, or is that like...
There's different options and
Okay.
selections, and you can talk to whatever platform it is to figure out what exactly options you can
Okay, cool.
change or have.
Go
But
in that private.
take me private. I'll ball bust you, bitches.
Oh, God.
Anyway,
All right, so describe the ball busting.
How do you ball
So-
bust someone who isn't in front of you?
Yeah.
and you know, okay. So what you can do is in private, they put on their cam and they're like, okay, they were almost even instructing me how to instruct them kind of thing. And they ended up having a string, right? It was like a rope. And he tied it around his balls, right? And he's like, yeah, like tell me to do it tighter. And I'm like, tight. And he tied that shit tight.
How
Like
tight?
it was pretty tight. Like you could see
Tight like you tie up your ponytail right now?
tighter.
Oh, God.
Because the balls were real, like pretty pinched.
Oh.
Oh, this is so funny to talk about because I'm like, oh my God. I never gone this into detail about it.
We need to know.
And so the guy, so you can see like clearly it's kind of like swollen-ish. And so the guy ends up like, he's like, oh, and I'm thinking like, okay, he's trying to get wild tonight. He brought out a bottle of champagne or
Party.
wine. It was a wine bottle actually.
Oh, I think I know where this is
Oh,
going.
God.
And then he's like, oh, here, like, tell me to tie this here. And he's like at the end of the string. And I'm like, okay. And he tied it at the end of the string. And he's like, tell me to drop it hard. And I'm like, and he did this like multiple times. Like, but at the third time, like, he literally fell to his knees because the bottle of wine fell.
Was it a full bottle?
It was full. And he showed me. I saw the video of him doing it
What
and everything.
type of third dimension of hell
And
is
he's
this?
like, oh, and I'm like, what the fuck,
This
right?
is
But then
crazy.
he's like, thank you so much, princess.
Thank you so much.
He said, thank you so much, princess. That it hurts so bad. It hurts so bad. And I'm like, he loved
Wow.
it. He loved it.
Wow. What
That's insane. That's crazy.
I'm shocked. Speechless almost.
And I was just there like directing him to do that
Directing
to
the
himself.
turmoil. She's a professional turmoil director.
Tell me about the toilet brush guy.
I was gonna fucking say so. The toilet brush guy. So he was also a repeat customer, and I thought at first he was kidding because like he would never go private at first, but he'd be like, "Please tell me to stick this 13-inch toilet brush up my ass," and
Oh,
I'm like,
God.
"What the fuck?"
13 inches.
13 inch,
damn.
and I'm like, "Is there a toilet brush that's 13?" I mean, I guess 13
With
inches.
the bristles and everything.
Well, I didn't know what kind of toilet brush. I didn't know what kind of toilet brush at first. And he ended up taking me private. And I'm like, oh shit, the dude, right? And so he didn't use his camera at first. So like he was just saying stuff.
Oh, this is insane.
And then when he seen me again, maybe a few times, and he finally used his camera. And I'm like,
He got more comfortable with you.
he got more comfortable. And this guy, he's in the bathroom. He's in the bathroom and he has a laptop, I guess, like on the floor. And he's on his knees, actually. He's on his knees and he's like, please tell me to shove this. And he changed the inch number. He's all 15-inch toilet brush up my asshole. And I'm like, and I'm like, shove it in then, like put it in. And he's like, okay. And he starts kind of slowly putting the end of the fucking toilet brush in, and it was the kind with the fucking
the toilet brush?
It was the bristle kind.
Oh,
it was
God.
the kind with,
Bristles
but he
at
didn't
first?
put no. The bristle was last. So like it ended up being like, oh my God, you look like a little bunny, like with the fucking bristles.
So it was the opposite direction.
It was all the way in.
So, no,
Yeah,
it was the
yeah. So the
opposite.
stick
The
was,
stick went
going in.
But in order to get it out, you're gonna have to touch the bristly
Yeah.
part that
He would
cleans
have
the
had to.
toilet.
What a
Yeah. But what about the person that doesn't know he's doing that with that fucking thing? Like that has to use it after?
Hey,
Hopefully he
recommend you
lives
I
watch
hope he
alone.
cleaned it though. Like at least hopefully.
Wow.
Like a Lysol wipe, something.
Well, he definitely was cleaning his pipes.
But
No pun intended.
yes, intended.
Oh my goodness, I was not expecting that.
Oh my God.
He was cleaning the
Fernando.
sewage pipes that day.
No, oh my God.
He
Well,
was a janitor.
typically I'd be like, no, they could come clean mine. But I'm like, no, I don't know. It looked like his bathroom could have been cleaned a little bit too. So I was like, oh,
What a filthy pig.
oopsie. Yeah, he was a little piggy for sure.
Was it like, so it was kind of like, was the dominating thing that they do? What's it called?
Femdom.
Femdom. It was almost like that in the sense. Right?
You know, there's a lot of things that fall under femdom, right? Don't you think?
It's like open. It's like
Right?
open, like
It's a
anything.
broad
It's a
term.
broad thing because it could be anything, like financial domination, all kinds of stuff. But
I love that.
yeah,
I love financial domination.
like
Explain financial domination. What are
You've done it?
What are your techniques?
Oh, techniques.
I'm intrigued.
Okay, so the act of financial domination is when somebody enjoys giving you their money or cash. It can be in any form. It can also be like in gifts, right? And I go about it different ways. It just depends. Sometimes I have an attitude. Sometimes I'm sad, like, oh my God, like, you know, I really want this thing, or I don't know. It depends what I want at the
You
time.
feel out the person.
Sometimes you kind of, but sometimes I just can't wait. And I'm just like, you're either going to put up or you're going to shut up. Like, don't waste my time unless you're going to, which yesterday is a good example. Somebody, it was on my way to Miami, was like something, and I'm like, don't talk to me unless you're going to fucking do what you last told me you were going to do. And lo and behold, they tested, it was actually their first time sending me Cash App.
Ooh.
And so they were like, oh, the $1 thing. And I was like, it's me, whatever, right? And then he sent a couple $100, right? And I'm like, you know, that's a good start. I know he can do better. But after post Miami, once I get like, you know, in touch with more people or whatever, I'm back on the financial domination.
What is
game.
the most amount of money or the most expensive present that someone's given you?
I mean, it's several $1,000s for sure.
what? Several $1,000s.
We
I'm
need
out
a-
here being a slave.
We need a
to the
round of
system.
applause for that.
No, man. That's not fair. That is not fair.
You don't like that? Why? You don't want
No.
to share?
I love it.
How does she get several $1,000s just existing and I'm over here working my ass off? It's a sin.
You could be a dom too.
No.
Why not?
Why
Do
not?
that.
Financially dominate other men.
That's-
What about women?
Yeah.
That's wrong. All right. I don't know.
No?
That's
no?
crazy.
No money play?
That's crazy, man. Whatever happened to going to school, getting an education, being a functional part of society?
You know, there's people that, you know, I actually have a friend, she had her sugar daddy pay her student tuition. Like, literally, he would help her pay her tuition whenever she was going to law school.
That's a good man right there.
Thanks. Yeah. I'm all thanking him. I don't know who he was.
We're proud of him though.
Yeah. I'm proud of her.
Yeah, whatever.
Go, girl.
So that's crazy. You got a lot of crazy stories. But
I'm like, they don't feel so crazy once you kind of like
Experience
and you
them.
talk about it
Once
with
they
other
become-
girls and like, you
once
know,
they become normal, you've entered a different level of turmoil.
it's a different state of mind.
The wildest thing a fan has ever done for me.
Right.
He purchased my pubic hair, so I did a live stream where I was
What?
shaving it.
Marina.
I waxed. You shaved?
Yeah,
Tell me. I'm like, I need to
shaved it
hear.
so I could send him the pubes.
She's selling DNA, guys.
I
I
try
thought
not
about
to
that.
think about that part.
They're selling DNA.
But what he did with it was different.
Oh,
He sprinkled it on a salad. So
Oh.
he ate it. So
Oh.
now I'm part of him.
Pubic crunch. How about that? You know, like, let me get
Was it crunchy or was it soft?
It was soft. I put conditioner on it.
Oh,
to shave
right.
it.
Oh my God, that's so crazy. I'm not the only one. They love it.
Would
They
you
love
like
it.
a DNA
Y'all are
salad?
lucky you got a piece of us.
I still
Wow.
have some left.
You could do more. Oh, do you have
Do
laser
more.
now or do you?
No, I still shave because
Wow.
every year I grow it back.
Oh, okay, yeah. The bush kind of always does a comeback, right? It's never out of style. I think. I think there's always somebody that's gonna want a bush.
I love a
Bush?
healthy bush. Hell yeah.
Do you?
Yeah,
You're
I'm not a
bush guy?
pedophile. I need to see hair down there. You know? I need to
Well,
know you're
thank
of
you for not
age.
being that.
God damn. Well, you never know these guys these days. You know?
Yo, for real. Tell us about it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I need to
Yeah.
see hair and I need to see an ID. Like, cause these days you never know.
That's fair. You don't want to get yourself.
I got my ID. Don't worry.
Yeah,
I
girls-
forgot my phone, but I got my ID.
Yeah, for sure. 18 and consenting.
Mhm.
But I don't like younger. Honestly, I don't like younger girls.
You're
I
a
like
milk kind of guy.
I like women above. I would say 25 and up. But just
Okay.
like I can't deal with the younger
It's
girls.
different once you reach a certain age. I think,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I think when you pass 35, you're just like, all right, well, we don't really have nothing in common. What am I gonna say to an 18-year-old or even a 21-year-old? You know, we can't have a real conversation because I'm so past the lifestyle that they're living that it's like I'm looking at it's like watching a show or a movie with these girls. Like they're just in so much turmoil and disarray.
Oh, not all of them.
Most of them. Let's be real. 90% of the industry, girls that are 19, 20. Come on.
I was a mess at that age.
Like,
A
Yeah.
hot mess.
You can't have a conversation with them.
I
They're
wouldn't have liked me.
unorganized. It's like talking to them. You feel unorganized just talking to them. Like they're
I
all
was
over
a
the
little bit
place.
older when I was in the industry, like just a little bit. So I don't know. I was like really shy, good girl. I was like
Good. It's
very
different.
like.
You're one of. You're
Now
one
here
of
I
the-
am.
Yeah. I mean, it's rare that you get that, but maybe that's why that contributed to your success,
I don't
right?
know.
It did. It did because you had a controlled environment and you weren't all over the place.
Maybe.
Yeah, so there you go. A little
Thanks,
structure helps.
Yeah, Fernando.
So speaking of your success, where can people find you online? Social media, spicy sites.
Oh, yeah.
Give us a scoop.
So you can always go to my website, banksytv.com.
Yeah.
And you can find me there on social media, Instagram, Twitter, and my YouTube.
Oh yeah.
And I have my personal sites where
We like
you-
the personal sites.
Me too. I've been on my personal a little bit more. It's at Queen Banksy, and it's Banksie. Remember the heart.
Mhm.
And yeah, my YouTube stuff is at BTV Series on Instagram and BTV Series _ on Twitter. You can find a lot of,
Videos
in the
of
sense,
us
VR
there.
stuff. Yeah, I know. You can see us. Like, it's cool. I like that because I only put like my VR related stuff there. So I'm like,
Okay.
oh, that's my little baby right now because it has like the least amount of followers too. So I'm like, this is my, and I'm like, oh, okay, there's more people watching. It's cool to see
Well,
it grow.
Thank you so much for being on the show today.
Aw, thank
And
you.
we applaud you for coming on and being part of the Wild Tribe.
Yes. For the Wild Tribe podcast, I'm Marina Valmont.
And I am Fernello.
Thanks, y'all. This is Banksy, and thank you for having me.
You're
And
welcome.
this is the Wild Tribe. Till next time, we're in Miami. We're out.
Give you a